Hello everyone, welcome for this 5th episode of Timeout from Tamriel, and today we are going to speak about the first reaction of the update 6. It has been amazing, but don't worry, the guys that voted for class change and that have lost again, sorry, we will speak a little bit about that in this subject. So let's go, Deltia.
All right, initial reactions, I was really surprised how smooth it went. I had a couple bugs, but that was mainly due to add-ons, and I didn't have the hard drive space to install both this and the PTS, so I couldn't even log on for the first few hours. I was in panic mode, blah, blah, but it was user error. And one story, per se, is, you know, I'm freaking out, thinking, of course, it's their fault, when actually it's mine, and message them, and 4 minutes later, they responded with the answer. So, kudos to their, staff for getting out questions and answers right away. So, the launch of it, I was really impressed with. That's my initial reaction, and having a lot of fun since.
Citric?
I was at work when it went live, so I had the luxury of remoting into my home PC and downloading while I was working. So when I got home, everything was up, running, it was smooth, and really the first thing that I noticed is my fairly fun Nightblade was freaking amazing with 1.6. I had so much fun with it. Now, a little bit different because I've changed my build a little bit, but I like what they did with the Nightblade. So that's been my biggest thing about 1.6 so far.
Yeah, I've been pretty amazed. Indeed, it was smooth, but also it's felt like the early access of Tamriel Unlimited. There's so much people everywhere. I've made a new character to play with my boyfriend, which is back in the game after several months of waiting that moment. And so I was in Daggerfall all the time, and it's full. It's like at re-release. The bank is full of people, and Daggerfall is such a mess. It's like Harlem City or whatever. There's dead body everywhere. Everyone is sneaking around to steal. You have guards. Go ahead, criminal scam. Don't do this on my watch. It's chaotic and joyful and amazing. I love it. It's really feel like the Elder Scrolls Online has released again. So that's my first impression.
Yeah, it's definitely Elder Scrolls 2.0. This is kind of the way I would like the game to have been a year ago, but we got it now. So let's get into a couple different things. We talked about class changes. We're going to say that for a little bit later. What was our favorite part first? I'm going to go with Aloha. What was your favorite part of this update? And that could be, from class change, that could be your justice system stuff or whatever. What did you like?
There's too much things. I think the things I prefer is the combat change, because that's what's bring my boyfriend
over the
back
Ledgerman? Over the justice system?
Yes, because the combat change make the game feel so much. I don't know, it's so fun. It's so important to have a great combat in a game. Even if the lore is amazing, even if it's beautiful, if the combat sucks, it's what you're doing most of the time. So it needs to be good. I liked it before, but now it's really, really good. And also my class is a bit better. I'm happy about that.
A bit. A wee bit. A lot bit.
Also, one change that I really love is the riding skill change. This made the game so much comfortable. Finish the donkey. Bye-bye, over. Now I can carry as much stuff I want and go fast.
A lot of inventory management changes that really perked up the bank. But that was about 5 for you, Aloha. So moving on to Sig, what was your favorite part?
I think overall, it's going to have to be the justice system right now. I was totally blown away with how my Nightblade was working, but in the grand scheme of things, and really looking at what they've done with this update, the justice system is awesome. I've spent quite a bit of time messing around with it, getting my rear end handed to me by the guards. So I need to work that skill line up, but I'm going to have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I really think that's a big, huge new layer of complexity to the game, and it feels like an Elder Scrolls game. I mean, that's what we all love about it, is that you could kill and interact with anything.
Exactly.
So I know a lot of people were very surprised and excited about that. What were you going to say, Loa?
I finally can get some money. I'm not broken anymore.
So for me, ironically, my favorite and least favorite thing are the same thing, which is a champion system. So let me explain this a little bit. The champion system, I love character progression and building your character. That's why I have a little site, and that's what I do. And for me, adding in the champion system comes up with so many more unique and interesting ways to build your character and make it your own. Love it. That brings me to the worst part about it. And the worst part about it is to get champion points, you have to do specific things. It's not fair. Right now, we're grinding champion points in this little cubby hole till they get it patched because you can get it 1 an hour, basically. So literally almost everyone in the server is in this public delve doing one little code just to get these champion points. Now, I knew this was going to happen. I knew it would happen. I don't want to turn this game into a grind. Now, are grinds needed? Yes. But, for instance, I'll give you some background. We did some math with this. We went and spent an hour questing solo. Got a champion point once about an hour. So that's about what they kind of aim for. Went and did PvP. Got a champion point once every 3 hours. Now, this is all without enlightenment. Went and did a grind. Got about a champion points 2 times an hour. And did a dungeon. Got a champion point once every 3 hours doing dungeons.
Yeah.
That's not right, because you're not giving any incentive to do trials. You're not getting any incentive to do PvP. You're not getting any incentive to... You should be equal ways to advance your character. Now, with that being said, it's going to be really hard to balance that, because that's such a huge, complex system. But when it gets balanced, this champion system is game-changing. It feels so cool that I get on my Nightblade, and I can have a potion-drinking Nightblade that I pump up. Or then I get on my Sork, and I can have a Magicka. And all my alts, they all work towards increasing my account. I love that. And I will say one more thing. The collection system, super underrated, but man, did that make an awesome change. You throw that in, you throw the provisioning change in, you throw all the stacking of the mats now. It's like, whoa, look at my bank. I can actually put stuff in here. They really did some good. Even some of the slight changes are really good. But, that's kind of my best and worst, ironically. So let's go with the Loa. What did you least like about it?
Well, there's nothing actually. I'm enjoying everything.
Come on.
No. Honestly, I'm so happy. I really loved it on the PTS. I expected it to be very good, but I didn't expect it to be so happy about it. Yeah. I'm enjoying myself so much, and I have my boyfriend back in the game. You don't imagine how life-changing it is. It changed my real life as well. Now I'm playing a lot more the Elder Scrolls Online. It's just amazing. It's great. And that's because of Update 6. Because Update 6 make him being interested into the game. And that's very important. There's many players that are back into the game and that will be happy again. So that's what matters most.
I know you guys want to talk about class changes, and that's not the topic for this week, but let's just touch on it briefly. Now, I play them all. I want to hear from Sig on his Nightblade. Apparently he loves it now. Aloha on your Templar, and then I'll talk about, a couple of other class changes. So Sig, go first. What do you like about the Nightblade? Like, give us some background. What didn't you like, and how has it changed now?
Well, it's kind of weird. I mean, I liked my Nightblade before. It's what I was playing. I was enjoying it. And it's basically a Magicka build, using most of, the Nightblade skill lines, and then I had a couple little stamina abilities thrown in from my weapons, but after 1.6, I just felt a whole lot more powerful. Things were dropping faster. I didn't feel as squishy. And I think, I'm not really as technical about it as you are, but I think it's got to do with the armor. I'm the medium and light armor with like 5 pieces of medium and 2 light. So I think the medium armor changes are probably what's really helping there. But it just all of a sudden is just a whole lot more fun. Not to say that it wasn't fun beforehand, but just burning things down, and just totally enjoying it.
Okay. Aloha, what about you? What do you think on your Templar?
Yeah, I played my Templar as healer mostly, and I had always difficulties to find a DPS build that pleased me, that I could play in the same time and healing. So that was annoying. So I was the one person that imposed myself as the exclusive healer all the time. And here I really find finally a build that I can enjoy as DPS. So I went back to staff, destruction staff. So I have one destruction staff, one restoration staff. And I'm using mostly Templar spell, but you have this one spell, Radiant Light, I think it's called, which was Blinding Light before. This kind of execute spell, which make a world difference. I'm using Entropy also to buff myself. The difference between the major buff and the minor buff, that change also affect a lot the combat, I find. And the animation of the staff is so cool. I'm there with a lighting staff and electrocuting people. It's really, really fun. It gives more pleasure. I know it doesn't change the efficiency of the combat itself, but it make it feel better. And I feel more squishy, but a lot more powerful. So if I keep my enemy at distance with the Hydric spears, they don't touch me, and then I can kill them, and it's nice.
Okay, so for me, the class changes, I think what you guys are alluding to in a technical term is the morph changes allowed you to basically kind of customize your individual class skills to be stamina or magicka. And the Nightblade in specifically got concealed weapon morph change, killer's blade morph change. You got biting jabs now or puncturing sweeps for the Templar. So my Dragon Knight, I was really underwhelmed on the PTS, and it turns out I was completely wrong. And is by far the most damage-dealing class that I have, dual wield, medium armor, and I am just absolutely lighting everything up with him, having a ball. And then my Sork, I couldn't have been more wrong with the Sork. It feels completely underwhelming right now to me, unless I play stamina. And when I play magicka, I do not have fun whatsoever. I just can't do it. So I think I kind of, missed a couple on my earlier presumptions on what was going to be good. Templar still feels just absolutely beastly. So I think what changed really is a lot, but not the lot. It's just the morphs change, and some of the passives really changed that made classes, a little more fair, especially the ultimate gain. Ultimate now is kind of easier to get and understand for the layman versus, you just have to have a high crit. How do you get ultimate? Now it just comes in, here and there, and it's good. So that's a good change that I liked, and that's my kind of class change take.
There's also some things that are not directly related to the class, but make the combat a lot more smoother, and that's also the AoE, how you can place them on the ground. I really like the change they have made to that. It feels more direct, more easy to place the AoE, and at least for me it's very pleasant.
Oh, you're talking about the ground effects, how it just places them?
Yes, it's a lot easier, and it makes the combats more smooth because you don't have to move your mouse to place your AoE correctly. It can be fast like that, a bit more like Guild Wars 2 are doing, and I really like that.
Yeah, combat has came a long way. You can still do weaving and stuff, and you can still, build a character the way you want it. I think it's came a long way, and it's only going to get better. So for me, Update 6, I give it an 8 out of 10. I mean, my personal opinion on it, I think it needs to work on the balancing of the champion system. Otherwise, you're going to have people like today, they already have 200 champion points today, and some have 71.
And some have 30.
And some have 30. Now, that's going to be a huge discrepancy down the road. But overall, I mean, it's given people just crazy amounts of things to do. Whether you're just sitting there killing chickens for 4 hours, I mean, that justice system add-on addition to the game, incredibly good job on that.
Yeah. It feels there is so much more life into the game. It's so
everything's
chaotic.
alive.
Yes.
Everything. You can loot a table and get a piece of armor. You can hit an NPC. Literally, like, there's almost nothing you can't interact with in this game. It's like, it's second to none, in my opinion.
The provisioning...
just,
okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it just feels so much more Elder Scrolls now.
It does, yep.
You know, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so, is that about enough time, I think we got? A couple of bunch of different things discussed? So what's up for next week, Aloha?
Well, next week we will speak about the two big changes, Justice System or Champion System, but this time in depth.
So, do you want us to talk about the Champion System, or do you want us to talk about the Justice System, like what we like, how do we play it, you know, maybe little tips and tricks on what things to take? Now, I have guides and stuff like that, so this is something different, you know. This is just more of different perspectives on it. So whatever you want, can't wait to talk about it. Both things are really good. And I am going to be busy stealing a bunch of crap this weekend once I get my 90 champion points. I'm 2 away from 90, baby.
Nice.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you very much for your feedback and for your comments. Continue to do so. We like that.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Bye.